do? What it do? Oh yeah. What it do? What it do? You know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. Most definitely hit that bell icon. That's the notification bell that alerts you all content that will drop to my YouTube channel. Also, I need y'all to hit the subscribe button, aka the like button. YouTube appreciate that. S.L.R Media TV appreciate that. Also, you make sure you hit the thumbs up, the aka the like button. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Also, I need y'all to double back and go to my second YouTube channel, S.L.R Sports News TV. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment over there. All helps my channels grow, get more viewers, more subscribers, pushes my channel further to the YouTube algorithm. So it's very important and it's all free. Just smash the like button. All free. Appreciate everybody who joins, who donates. Appreciate all my subscribers. Continue to support both channels. Shout out to my subscribers. Shout out to my future subscribers. You see the title. You see the title. Hernandez Govan murder trial live. Day 1, day 2, and day 3. We're gonna break it down, we're gonna chop it up, and we're gonna repackage it out like we do always. Will Hernandez Govan beat the case? Today, the verdict will be in the day. We will be breaking that down. We will be finding out if Hernandez Govan is guilty or not guilty. And we most definitely gonna break it down. Like I said. Rest in peace to Young Dolph. Rest in peace to Big Jug, CMG, Paper Route Empire. Shout out to Memphis. S.L.R Media TV. We in the building. We in the trenches of Memphis. We about to break this down. Day 1, day 2, day 3. And if the verdict comes in while we on live, we most definitely gonna break the verdict down. So let's go ahead and get into the content. Will Hernandez Govan walk today? They say he was the mastermind for allegedly the murder of Adolph Dorff Jr., aka Young Dolph. Let's get deep into the story. Let's break this down. You know what we do. You know what we do. We in the trenches. Let's get into the trenches. You know what I like to do. Roll the footage. Let's go.
This is the first, the only Indian guy that doesn't know how to do IT. As far as that goes. My name is Manny Aurora. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm here representing Mr. Hernandez Govan, along with our former IT specialist, Robert Wilson, who's also a lawyer, Haley Halty-Wanger, who's sitting in the white suit, and then also Beth Noble, who's in the black suit, as far as that goes. Last week, I talked to you guys a lot about first impressions. And the reason I mentioned that is sometimes the first impression can be wrong. I listened to a very beautiful, eloquent speech from the prosecutor in this case, and it sounds really, really good. But that's the false first impression because you promised that as a peer of Mr. Govan, you would listen to everything. So let me share to you the rest of the story. This entire case is going to come down to the guy with the machine gun that shot off Adolph Dorff. The whole case is going to come down to him and then possibly his girlfriend backing up his story. Remember, Cornelius Smith has made at least 5 different statements to law enforcement over the course of a year where everything changes. He's then met with the prosecution at least 5 or 6 times to go over his testimony prior to testifying here today. So you should ask yourself the question when the judge instructed you Does somebody have a reason to lie? Do they have an interest in the outcome? You are caught red-handed on video, and you're about to see it in a second, taking an AK-47 or lighting it up at a cookie store in broad daylight. He's facing a mandatory life sentence, as I'm going to question him about. And I ask each and every one of you, what would you do if you were facing a mandatory life sentence to get out of it? Why would you need to make so many different statements if you were telling the truth? Because remember, the truth is the truth. You don't need to practice it. You don't need to remember it. It's the truth. So let's see who the government has gotten in bed with to try to prove their case against Hernandez Govan. Robert? So the man you have to believe is the man who's capable of, in broad daylight, carrying an AK-47, going into a store full of people, and just, without hesitation, opening fire. And he's the one that's going to tell you that Mr. Govan did this, this, and this. Nothing that he says can be validated. The other thing the government's going to try to talk to you about is cell phone tower records. The expert that the government may call, or if they don't call him, I'll call him, will tell you tower records are inherently unreliable because it's not like on TV. There's a reason why all the engineers from the cell phone providers, T-Mobile, AT&T specifically, write in their letters, they will not testify in court because of unreliability. The other thing you have to know, and Robert put up the slide, within a 10 square mile area of where all this happened, there are 553 T-Mobile towers. 553 just from T-Mobile. And it's hard to see this because there's so many. There will be more AT&T towers. There will be this, essentially over 1,000 towers out there. And what the expert will tell you is, this isn't an exact science. Just because your phone pings on a certain tower doesn't mean you were there. See, towers get filled up, and you may have to transfer to the next tower near. All these people live within a couple of mile radius, so of course it's going to hit all these towers. But there is 553 just from T-Mobile within that area where all this happened. They talked to you about conspiracy and how Govan picked these two individuals. The state chooses to cherry pick a little bit here and a little bit there from each of the statements. But let me play a 5-second clip about how all this supposedly happened. I'm not saying it happened. I'm not saying Govan is involved in one way, shape, or form. But if you want to believe Cornelius Smith, the AK-47 shooter, and God knows how many other shootings he's done, then he'll talk about it. I want you to listen to this.
It was one day, me and Angela was out riding, and I wanted some X pills, so I went to Quay House to get the X pills from him, and Juke was over there. And when I walked in, there was one quick told Juke, this little seat right here, and mine, Juke was like, he don't know. First, he said, take all the phones outside, you know. He didn't say my phone, he was saying quit phone, but I passed my phone to make it feel comfortable. So, took the phone outside, and Juke was like, he don't know how to get him, and he got us. And I can't recall like exactly when it was, but that's what he said.
All right. So the state just told you to your face that Mr. Govan picked out two desperate people. Cornelius Smith, if you are to believe him, says in his statement, I just happened to be going by Quet's house, Govan's house, to buy some ecstasy pills with my girlfriend. Juke happened to be there. He doesn't say Quet said a word. Juke says there's a hit on everybody, and I got you, and Juke says, take the phones outside while I talk to you. Assuming you believe any of that's true. And the reason I ask you if you think any of that's true is, The police never went to question Jook, aka Anthony Mims, or Yogati, or any of the people with CMG. Never once even tried to do an interview. So this is as plain as day. Jook said do it. Quet didn't say anything. Quet lives in the poorest part of Memphis in Orange Mound, sells a few ecstasy pills to make a living, and hustles with some sports gambling. He's a nobody, and that's why I asked you about the peers. He's a throwaway that they can blame. Why did they not talk to Jook or anybody else with CMG? Ever. Now, Jook ended up getting killed in 2024, 2.5 years after the fact. Never arrested, never talked to, never interviewed, never pursued, never surveilled, nothing. The judge also told you, when you assess credibility, you need to look at how well you remember this thing. Cornelius Smith cannot even tell you when he was propositioned to go kill somebody. The shooting happened in November 17, 2021, and the best the police can say is that this meeting, where just randomly happened, as Cornelius himself has said, was sometime between August and September, 3 months prior to the shooting taking place. 3 months. He will tell you there's no plan. All he was told by Jook was there's a price on their heads. And that's kind of funny because when the cops, if they testify honestly, will tell you there have been multiple attempts on Mr. Dolph's life. Twice in Charlotte by other folks and once in Los Angeles. Everybody in Memphis knew there was a price on their head because there was a war between PRE and CMG. They were shooting each other. Yo Gotti's car was shot up here. The song 100 Shots came up after one of these things. There's a rivalry going on and people have been shooting. The police went through this. They know this. They also pulled YouTube videos where people are openly threatening to kill Dolph. It's in their slideshow. You know what they call their investigation? Operation Cookie Monster. That's how tasteful this whole thing has gotten with these folks. I'm sorry, my arms are shaking because I'm so furious that we're here as far as the trial goes. So the other thing the government hasn't told you when we talk about first impressions is, for weeks prior to the November 17, 2021 shooting, nobody called Govan, talked to him, did anything, be it Justin Johnson or Cornelius Smith. What Cornelius will tell you, which the government didn't tell you, is that morning, it was Cornelius's daughter's birthday, but he gets a call car. Let's go do something. They get in the car and they start driving around just looking for somebody to kill. They just happened to see young Dolph's car going by. And they open fire. And they kill him. And the interesting thing is, even though nobody communicated with Govan for weeks prior to this, they didn't talk to him that morning. He didn't help him get the car. He didn't help him escape. He didn't tell him what to do. He didn't tell him where to go. He didn't do anything. It was a spontaneous issue between two young men that morning. They shot him. And you know why there's no plan? Because they just start calling random people after the shooting. They don't call Govan. They have to go someplace to get bandaged up as far as that goes. The people that help them, never been charged as accessories to anything. They then get rid of whatever they need to get rid of. They left the car across the street from Govan's house on the middle of the street, in front of the street. So if there's some master plan, that may be one of the dumbest plans you could possibly have if you're going to kill the most important person, the most famous person in Memphis, as far as that goes. Again, there were no phone contacts for weeks prior to the shooting, especially in the morning. Govan wouldn't know that the Mercedes was used. The only way anybody finds out is social media blows up right away, and multiple people start calling Justin Johnson, including Govan, who knows him, because the word's out that Justin may have done this. Trayon Ingram is another word you'll hear. He actually carjacked the white Mercedes and then gave it to these gentlemen to use in the shooting. He's not charged in this case. He's not even charged with carjacking. But he happened to pick up another murder right after this happened, and so now he's in custody for the other murder that he committed. Perhaps when making first impressions, you would have wanted to know that. I thought about going over at least one of Cornelius's statements in his lives, but I think it's just a little too much. We would be here for about 2 hours going through everything that he said has been inconsistent, bald-faced lies. In fact, you know how somebody's lying? Because in his first interview, that lasted a little over an hour, 32 times he told the police, "Trust me, I promise, I swear to God, I wouldn't lie to you." 32 times he says that before answering one of his questions on one of his first interviews after he's caught. And after he's caught, his girlfriend gets questioned because they ran down the license plate numbers, all that stuff with the cars. She lies through her teeth on December 14th of 2021, says, "I don't know nothing about nothing." Because Cornelius had talked to her and tried to make up a false alibi. See, where's the plan in all this? See, if I have a plan to go kill somebody, we have a place to go dig something far away. I have people that can cover for me as an alibi. I don't make random phone calls. And so Angela, who knew nothing about this, according to her, picks them up at the location where they're getting bandaged up for being shot, drives them around town, helps them out. Of course, she's not charged. She initially lies and denies everything. The police then come back and say, "We're going to charge you if you don't tell us the truth." And so on the 17th of December, 3 days later, she comes back. But what the police don't know at that time is Mr. Cornelius Smith has called 4 of his family members to reach out to Angela to get the story straight. Because he keeps saying on the jail phone calls, "Find out what she said, find out what she said, find out what she said." And then on the 17th, it comes back, and they're talking to her. And she says, "Well, we went over to that house sometime in the past, just like we talked about." She doesn't know anybody. She said, "I can't think of his name." And the interesting part is, the officers say, "Is it somebody named Q?" And then she says, "Oh yeah, it's Quet." Remember the phrase Bobby Carter that they mentioned? Bobby Carter also lives on Bradley Avenue. They're good friends with Cornelius Smith, and they buy pills together and do ecstasy pills together. And the other thing Angela Smith says is, Govan brought us the phone after the fact. How was that part of any plan or anything else? They called and said, "Give me a phone." The interesting thing about that is if it's true and you believe her, there would be fingerprints on the car. The police fingerprinted it, DNA'd it, did everything. Cornelius' fingerprints are there. Trayon Ingram's fingerprints are there. Kiston Garner, the other guy that worked with Trayon to steal the car, his fingerprints are there. There's DNA in there. There's blood in there. But nothing with regards to Govan. They found the car 3 days after the shooting took place across the street from Mr. Govan's house. Has nothing to do with him, didn't touch it. So if he didn't do that, how does he open the door? And frankly, how do you get the keys to open the door? See, Cornelius doesn't give you the details. Did they lock the car after he left? Where were the keys? He doesn't know about any of that stuff. So tell me how Mr. Govan got into the car and how he did it so beautifully, being dumb enough to take the murder car of one of the most famous people and say, "Let's just park it across the street," and then somehow magically wiped his prints, DNA, hair, anything out of that car while he's looking for the phone. You know why that is? Because he didn't do it. What you're going to hear from Trayon Ingram is Trayon Ingram, when he stole the car, left his backpack, his wallet, and some other things in the car, and he had Justin Johnson go get them. You will hear that from Trayon Ingram's own statement with regards to that car. This is why I talk about first impressions, because they always could be misleading, and in this case, patently false. When you cherry pick the evidence that you want to tell you, and then have the cameras rolling on a high-profile case to pressure you to commit a verdict of guilty, is patently unfair. And just because he's a nobody and doesn't have money, like Gotti or Jook, his brother, who was never even questioned or charged, he's the fall guy on all this stuff. He didn't do anything. Even if you believe Cornelius, all he says is, "I just happened to show up there," and he said, "Hey, this is Little C." Jook took over and started doing all the talking. Do you think that man could pay somebody $100,000 and you'd say, "Yeah, he's good for it. I don't need any validation. He's good for it"? And interestingly enough, Cornelius' story also changes along with Angela's, because initially we were supposed to be paid $1.5 million. Then after another interview, it became $1 million. Then it became $500,000. Then it became $100,000. Then it became, we're going to split $100,000 between me and Justin Johnson. Then it became, somebody gave me $50,000 in a brown paper bag. Then it became, oh no, I'm wrong about that. It was after I was arrested, somebody gave my lawyer $38,000 in a bag to represent me. That's how many times the story has shifted as far as that goes. But the one thing that he does say is after I got the money from Mr. Jerk's people, it was understood that he was on that team. Again, Jerk never arrested, never talked to, even though he says that's where the money's coming from. That guy doesn't have $1 million or $100,000 or anything like that. I may walk around wearing fancy ties, but he's indigent. The judge has found that. I'm here to help him because people that are labeled as nobodies, I will not tolerate it. He needs to be fought for. He is your peer. We need to do this right. Mr. Govan, stand up. Hold your head up high. Mr. Govan matters. You can't do this to people just for political gain because you got to solve a crime because somebody famous died. It's just wrong. You can sit down. We can't have a society like this where you base convictions on assault rifle people opening up fire on somebody. And you remember when I told you he couldn't even remember when that meeting was, that random meeting? The best thing he could do is remember that the meeting was sometime between when he tried to shoot Wu or somebody else. That's the best he could do as far as that goes. And so you have to believe if this meeting happened, for 3 months nothing goes on, and then one day it just happens. Remember I asked you about pork chops and chicken and all that kind of stuff, if you're going to do something, even if you have a plan and it changes? If you believe any of that, he didn't have any plan. If you have a plan, you have a place to go. You have a place to hide out. You have an alibi built in. None of that happens. None of that happens. And Mr. Cornelius Smith is going to get up here and tell you, I want to bare my soul, I want to come clean, I want to do all this other stuff. You know I call BS on that hard because when he tells you that, and he will, because he's testified to it before, that he wants to bare his soul. He wants to make amends. Then ask yourself, why for 4 years? Didn't he just take a guilt?
Will Hernandez Govan lawyer have enough substantial, no, no, nah, I ain't gonna say that. Will he have enough evidence to prove that Govan is just another person that just got blamed for the murder of young Dolph? Will Hernandez Govan lawyer put Yo Gotti and tie him in with the murder of young Dolph? Let's find out.
4 years. Didn't he just take a guilty plea and take his life sentence and start making amends? He still hasn't pledged anything. His lawyer's in negotiations with the government. There's, quote, no deal, but, you know, we do good things out of our heart when we're caught dead, red-handed murdering somebody because we don't want any benefit by coming on the stage and telling you whatever you guys want to hear. 6 times with interviews, 6 potentially more times with the government, more interviews. The truth doesn't change. You don't have to remember it. You don't have to practice it. You don't have to rehearse it. It is what it is. And this is not the truth. I think I mentioned it in jury selection, but responsibility for your actions goes both ways. There's going to be a lot lacking in this case. For example, you'll hear about a lot of cell phone records and who may have called who, but the full-on analysis was never, well, I'll just leave that for the expert. It's all coming down to Cornelius and possibly where somebody's phone might have been. You don't know what they said, if they even talked, or if as a friend you're calling somebody after a shooting because everybody starts calling everybody within minutes after this because social media blew up after this happened. You all know it. You all heard it. Everybody knew about it. Govan is your peer. He deserves better. We shouldn't be here. High-profile TV cameras or not, sympathy for a young man who's a musician, whatever he was. Nobody deserves to die. But you don't compound the problem by blaming innocent people for it. And even if you don't want to believe he's innocent, you want to believe Cornelius, they sure as heck didn't prove the case beyond reasonable doubt. I talked to you guys about that, like the British system. It's either guilty or they didn't prove it. So I'm asking you to at least at a minimum say he didn't prove it in about 3 or 4 days from now. Thank you.
Okay, how you looking?
Will Hernandez Govan? Will he testify? Will Hernandez Govan get on the stand? Will Hernandez Govan get on the stand to save his life? Does he trust his lawyer enough to pull the unthinkable and get the mastermind acquitted of murder charges of young Dolph? Was Cornelius Smith's testimony enough to get Hernandez Govan convicted, guilty of the murder mastermind plot of Adolph Thornton, aka Young Dolph?
Good morning, Mr. Hopkins.
Good morning.
Could you state for the benefit of our jurors who may be taking notes, could you state your name and spell your first and last name?
Raul Hopkins, Raulhopkins.
And I am going to ask you to speak up.
Yes, ma'am.
That's okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So we want to make sure that our court reporter can hear you and our jurors who can hear you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Hopkins, do you know an individual by the name of Adolph Thornton Jr.?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you know Mr. Thornton?
From the neighborhood.
Okay. And you know him from the neighborhood. How long have you known him?
Some years. Probably about 20-some years.
And other than knowing him from the neighborhood, did you have any other relationship with him?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Thornton. What did Mr. Thornton do for a living?
He was a hip-hop artist.
Okay. And did you provide any services to him in relation to him being a hip hop artist?
Yes, ma'am. Security.
Okay. And how long had you done security for Mr. Thornton?
7 years.
Okay. What was Mr. Thornton's, he said he was a hip hop artist. Was he affiliated with a certain label?
Yes, ma'am.
What label was that?
PRE.
I'd like to pass forward a picture and see if you recognize this picture.
No objection.
Do you recognize that picture?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is that picture of?
Picture of the chain, his label, PRE.
Ernie, if we could have that entered into evidence as the missing.
No objection, Your Honor.
This is a charm that's the 3 letters PRE. Will mark this as exhibit 2 to the trial.
public training.
Yes, ma'am.
And again, Mr. Hopkins, could you explain to the jurors what we're looking at here?
That's his chain, the PRE,
And what did PRE stand for?
Paper Route Entertainment.
Did he have any issues with other labels?
Yes, ma'am.
What label was that?
CMG.
And what does CMG stand for?
I really don't know what it stands for.
All right, CMG. Well, let's go back a bit. Who are some of the other artists that are on the PRE label?
Several artists that they have that's on this label. A guy named Kenny, a guy named
Wu?
Yeah.
Okay.
He just had a lot of different artists on his label.
Okay. And would Wu be the same person as Paper Route Wu?
Yeah.
And the label you mentioned, CMG, that he had conflict with, that Mr. Thorne had conflict with. Who are some of the artists on that label, if you're familiar?
The only one that I knew of was the Govan.
And there were conflicts, is that correct?
Yes.
But what was the origin of that conflict?
Really about music. Maybe a diss song here or there.
Did CMG ever at any point want Mr. Thorne, professionally known as Young Dolph, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Did they ever want Young Dolph to sign to their label?
Yes, ma'am.
Would that be the beginning of their issue?
Could have been. I
Okay.
don't know.
Did Mr. Thorne or Young Dolph ever sign to their label?
No, ma'am.
He's had his own label, PRE, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Were there any acts of violence between these individuals, PRE and CMG?
Yes, ma'am.
Was that before or after you became involved as the bodyguard?
It was after.
Tell us about the first one that you remember, the first incident that you remember.
The first incident I remember was in 2015.
And I'm asking you to speak up as well.
It was in 2015. We was in Charlotte. We was sitting in the Sprinter. We had just went upstairs. There was two more individuals that was in the Sprinter, came running up, saying the Sprinter just got shot up.
When you say Sprinter, it's like
Sprinter van.
a Sprinter van.
Yes, ma'am.
You were where now?
I was upstairs.
No, what city, I'm sorry?
Oh, it was in Charlotte.
In Charlotte.
Yes, ma'am.
So the Sprinter van was shot up.
Yes.
Was Mr. Thorne in the van at that point?
No, ma'am.
Where was he at this point?
We was upstairs.
But you had just gotten out of the Sprinter van?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you learn of anyone who was responsible for this shooting?
They said something on the news, but really don't know who actually done it.
What was the next incident that you recall?
Next incident was in 2017 in Charlotte.
And it was again in, you said Charlotte?
Charlotte, yes.
So Charlotte twice?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, tell us about that incident.
Well, I wasn't there, but from what I known, that his SUV got shot up.
And who are you saying he? What he?
Young Dolph.
Young Dolph's
Yes,
SUV.
yes, Young Dolph SUV got shot up.
And was he hurt?
No, ma'am.
Was there another incident? Oh, do you know who was responsible for that?
No, ma'am, I don't.
There was another incident. What was the next incident?
2018 in Los Angeles, California.
Okay. Were you present for that?
No, ma'am.
Did you learn about what happened?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you tell us about what you learned?
I was at a baseball game. Somebody called me and said, Young Dolph just got shot in California. And that's how I heard about that.
And did you then go to California?
Yes, ma'am. I went there the next morning.
Okay. You know who was possibly responsible for that incident?
No, I don't.
Let's fast forward to 2021. Let's actually fast forward to November 2021. Did young Dolph have an event or something big going on during November 2021?
Yes, ma'am. Every November, he would do a turkey drive for the community.
And explain us what you mean by turkey drive.
He would go to several communities and give out turkeys.
And would he do this personally?
Yes.
Did he also have members of his label there as well?
Yes, ma'am.
In November of 2021, was he in Memphis doing that?
He was in Memphis, but he didn't participate in the turkey drives.
Is there any particular reason why he did not participate in the turkey drive?
He just told me he had other stuff he had to do. He wanted to make sure his artists was doing what they supposed to do.
And so how many of these different turkey drives would there be?
Before.
Before?
Yes, ma'am.
Would they be all on one day or would they be spread out?
They be spread out. It was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday.
And is this around a certain time? Is it, I mean, you mentioned turkeys all. And Thanksgiving. Was this around Thanksgiving?
It was the week before Thanksgiving.
So we mentioned about him being in town. Did he live in Memphis? Did young Dolph live here?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So was he visiting that week?
And he came in because of the turkey drive.
When did you last hear from young Dolph?
I last heard from young Dolph, it was that Tuesday, about 7 o'clock, I seen
7 o'clock, a.m. or p.m.?
p.m.
You saw him?
Yes.
And did you hear from him after that?
No, I didn't.
What was the next that you heard of young Dolph?
It was that Wednesday morning, About 11:30,
And what did you hear?
that he just got shot.
Have you previously reviewed video from that incident?
Yes, ma'am.
Probably passport, flash drive. Does it look familiar?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is that of?
It's a flash drive with clips of video outside Makita's.
All right, could you open it in an envelope and see if that is the flash drive you previously reviewed?
Yes, ma'am.
And what did that flash drive, how do you know that was a flash drive you used?
Because I got my initials on here, RH.
And the video that you viewed, what is it a video of?
A video of young Dolph at Makita's.
Your Honor, if we could have that entered into evidence as the next time.
No objection, Your Honor.
This is an envelope with a flash drive on the inside. The envelope is labeled flash drive with clips of video inside, outside, and keys. We'll mark this as exhibit 3 to this trial.
Permission to vote.
Right?
Mr. Hopkins, can you read the date at the top of this video?
November 17th.
Do you recognize this vehicle that is coming into play?
Yes, ma'am.
And whose vehicle is that?
That's young Dolph's vehicle.
We could pause the video right here. Mr. Hopkins, do you recognize the individual in the photo, the video right here?
Yes, ma'am.
And who is the person in the video?
That's young Dolph.
We see a second individual coming out of the vehicle. Who is that?
That's his brother Marcus.
B, there is someone or something at the bottom left of the screen. I apologize, our laser pointer is having technical difficulties at this point. But who is, or what is that at the bottom left of the screen?
That's young Dolph. I think that's his arm hanging out.
This is who you're referring to.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is Marcus who you're referring to, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to now play what you've identified, Chris identifies to be on the inside of the Akitas cookies. Individual at the front counter, who is there?
That's young Dolph.
And there's an individual behind him, who is there?
That's his brother Marcus.
Say who you're referring to, young Dolph? LaShawn?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Hopkins, we've seen the inside and outside of the cookie shop the day that Mr. Govan was killed. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You were not with him that day.
No, ma'am.
Why were you not with him?
He had me doing other things. He wanted me to be with the other artists.
And did you go to the scene of the cookie shop that day?
Yes, ma'am.
Is their location here in Shelby County?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's
You're crazy, boy.
Tell the deputy where you want it.
I'll just put it here so the court reporter can hear me.
Yeah.
Thank you. Can you all see okay? Okay. Mr. Hopkins, my name is Manny Aurora. How are you doing this morning?
Fine, sir.
I'm sorry for your loss, obviously. This is very troubling. No one should ever have to be killed violently like that, so I sympathize with you. We spoke on the phone when you were coming in from the airport this past weekend, is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right. And you worked as the bodyguard for Mr. Dolph.
Yes, sir.
Was it you and other people as part of the team?
It was, but it was mainly me.
Okay, so you were the boss.
Yes.
You mentioned to the prosecutor that there was a history of violence between PRE and CMG. Is that
Yes,
correct? All right. And as I saw from this, and not trying to be negative anyway, but Mr. Dolph travels with an assault rifle in his car, as we saw his brother pull that out from the driver's side.
I don't know if he traveled with it, but he had it that day.
Okay, and have you seen him with other weapons in the past?
I haven't, no, sir.
Okay. And his brother had his handgun and he was shooting at the other people, as we saw in the video.
Yes, sir.
And then he pulled out the assault rifle from the, I guess, the driver's side and shot some more at the people.
Yes, sir.
With regards to the violence that goes back and forth between these two music groups, you personally know of at least 3 attempts on Dolph's life: 2016, 2015, 2017, and 2018. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so he needed security, obviously. I mean, there's lots of problems going on here.
Yes, sir.
Right. And with regards to coming to Memphis on the week before Thanksgiving, Mr. Dolph didn't live in Memphis anymore, right?
No, sir.
How long before this incident had he moved away from Memphis?
Maybe 4 or 5 years.
Right. And was that, a lot of it I think we've talked about is for safety reasons, because it's pretty violent here as far as between the PRE and the CMG.
Yes, sir.
So it's known that his life is in danger when he's here and he needs bodyguards, things like that.
Yes.
All right. One of the phrases I've heard, have you ever heard of the phrase spin the block?
No, I haven't.
Okay. And with regards to him coming here the week before Thanksgiving, he wasn't going to participate in the turkey drive. He was here to help out his artists.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can I just have a moment here? I think that's all. Thank you, Mr. Hopkins.
Yes, sir.
Any other redirect? Lawyers, can you approach? You have heard just a little proof. I ask you not to talk about this amongst yourselves, so go take a break, refresh yourself, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. All right? Stand in brief recess.
Court stands for brief recess. The individual you described as Jook, is he on the left or right of this photo?
From my angle, he's on the right, the big guy, right on the right.
He's on the right. And the individual on the left, who is that?
That's quick.
And Jook is the person, do you know his government name?
Nah, now since I've been locked up, Anthony Mills, since I've been locked up.
And quit, you know it's Hernandez Govan, is that correct?
Hernandez Govan.
At some point, I'm sure you all exchanged phone numbers.
Me and Quick.
Okay,
I never
and
had Juke number.
you never had Duke's number?
Nah, I never had no contact with Juke, like how to get in touch with Juke.
So any conversation about bounties went through Govan, is that
And
correct?
Govan the one that did all the talking.
Okay. What name was Quit's saved into your phone?
I hit up on the bro.
Bro? Okay. And how many different phone numbers did you have?
He had 2 different numbers.
But they were both under your phone as bro.
Bro.
All right. So at some point, there was more information given, I guess, about the bounties. Is that correct?
Yeah, about the balance, it was coming close to Thanksgiving or whatever.
All right. Well, let's back up. Let's get back to the summertime before it starts to get cool. Go back. Was there another individual that was brought into this? Justin who?
Johnson.
Okay. And how did you meet Justin Johnson?
I met him through Quick as well.
At what point did you meet him through Quick?
Like around the time we did that, they hit on paper out Woo. When we went and shot at him, like that was like my first initial meet with him around that time.
And you said you met him through Quick or Mr. Govan. How did you meet him? Describe it.
When they found out that Woo was at the house or whatever, me and Bobby were called, and he called Justin up too, and we all met up at his house.
And who was he?
Quick House. We all met up at Quick House, and me and Bobby jumped in one vehicle, and Justin and another guy jumped in another vehicle.
But he was putting you all together. is that
Yeah,
correct?
Quick put all us together.
Okay, and you didn't know Justin before this day?
No man.
Ever seen him?
Never seen him, never met him, never knew nothing about him.
All right, so some point we'll get to November, but what was your interaction with Justin over the course from when you met him?
After we did that and the gun jammed over paper out Woo, Justin then went back and told Quick that me and Bobby so-called messed it up or whatever. So, Quick was like, y'all had y'all masks on. Justin them told him we ain't have our masks on. I ain't have my mask.
Govan knew that this was going on and he asked
Right,
you to have
he
a
the one
mask.
gave me the gun to go out there.
And he asked that you have a mask on.
Right, he asked me
Okay.
that. And he was saying like Justin was telling him that we messed it up or whatever, and that's when Bob was like he ain't doing nothing with nobody, he ain't getting involved in it or whatever, because Quick believe everything Justin them say, and at that time we basically telling me like get with Johnson them, get with Justin them, and you know what I'm saying, handle the business, you want to get this money. Since Bobby acting like he acting, you know what I'm saying.
I don't know what you said.
Since Bobby acting like he acting, he told me to get with Justin and them, since Bobby had pulled out of it.
Oh, Govan told you to get with Justin?
Yeah, Quick told me to get with Justin.
Okay. And what reason was he telling you to get with Justin?
So we go find one of the people out any artist to get this money, and
So, what would Govan gain out of you all getting a bounty or a hit on one of the paper route?
he was getting a cut out of it. He supposed to got $10,000 for me.
No matter who you hit or if it was...
Nah, young Dolph, he supposed to get 10,000. I did 100,000. I did 50,000. He was getting 10,000 out of it.
So throughout the summer, going into the fall, did you and Justin and Govan ever meet?
Yeah, we'll meet up over Quick House. Like, we'll go over Quick House, and that's what we always met up at, over Quick House.
And then what was the purpose of meeting there?
Really, like, we'll meet up over Quick House to talk about a lot of things, basically, about a bounty on somebody, finding somebody. Sometimes we'll watch the games over there, we'll be over there about a lot of things, basically.
But for Govan, you wouldn't have met Justin.
Nah, I wasn't never met Jasmine. It wasn't for quick.
Prior to Mr. Govan telling you about bounties on these PRE individuals or rappers, artists, were you aware that there were bounties?
No man. I had no
That was-
idea about it.
Were you aware of who the PRE artists were?
I knew about Young Dolph, but I ain't know about none of these other artists or nothing like that.
It has
I had to Google them. Had to actually Google them. Once he told me, I had to really Google them to find out.
So there would be, like throughout the summer, you all will meet and he would talk about the
Right.
bounty.
Talk about the battle on them, and first we like, man, I was thinking to myself, it's impossible to get Young Dolph, you know what I'm saying? Like, in the fact, you know, Young Dolph. But, you know, I was thinking to myself that was impossible. So, you know, I had to Google the other guys to see who they were.
Well, fast forward, let's get to November. Look, it's the week before Thanksgiving. What was going on then?
He was telling us, you know, they got turkey.
Who's he?
Quick, Govan, quit. I mean, he was telling us that, you know, they had turkey drive. Each artist had a different day where they were doing turkey drive or whatever, and you know, that's our opportunity. We can make some shake then.
Okay. When you say make some shake, what's shake?
Like try to catch him and, you know, get the money, do what he don't want to.
Were you aware about this turkey drive prior to Govan telling you that?
Nah, cause I don't know nothing about what paper route do, so nah, I wasn't.
Did you listen to their music before, or did you?
I listen to Young Dolph, but I ain't listen to his artist. I ain't know who his artist was. I listen to Dolph though.
So, Govan was telling you about the turkey drive.
Right. He was telling me
And-
the gist.
I'm sorry.
He was telling me the gist.
Were y'all together when he was telling you?
Right, at his house.
It is happening. Did he mention the bounty again? Did he mention the money?
Well, we had already knew the prices on majority of their heads, basically. On everybody else doing the turkey drive, we had already knew the prices already,
Including Dolph.
including Dolph.
And let's go to November the 16th of 2021. What were you and Justin doing that day?
Well, he had called me up, he came to pick me up. We had went because they had a turkey drive in South Memphis somewhere. And me and him was out, we was riding, trying to get one of the artists that day that was doing the drive down there. And as we was out there, I got out on foot, and there was a lot of folks out there standing with guns with her. Justin was in the car. And he called me and told me that he had got a call that Young Dolph was at a gas station up the street from where we was at. So I ran back to the truck, and I jumped back in the truck. When we got to the gas station, Dolph was gone. So we rode around for a minute, then he dropped me back off at the house. And I laid down that night, and he was like, tomorrow we could go back out and see what's up.
So on the 16th, at any point, did you think, okay, maybe we have a shot at getting Dolph?
Yeah, because we knew he was in town. We knew Dolph was in the city then, and we knew that tomorrow we were full-fledged then. We know we anything is shape right now. We gonna get somebody. We gonna strike. Tomorrow is our day. We gonna strike somebody. We gonna get lucky tomorrow.
And at any point, did you all have this conversation with Mr. Govan?
Yeah, we were telling him like we really getting close. We getting fed up with playing. We finna get somebody basically. And he was like, y'all do y'all thing. Handle y'all business.
And in return, you all were supposed to, you expected to be getting money, so.
Right.
Because that's what he promised you.
Right.
So let's, well, let me ask you also, one of those, Justin, what did he do for a living?
He was a rapper.
At any point, did you all participate in a music video or anything?
Yeah, I was called by Mr. Govan to be in the video because I don't know Justin and like that. So I was in the video, but I didn't want to be in it, so I put a mask on my face.
And when was this video shot?
Like in summertime of 21. I can't tell you the exact date, exact month, nothing like that,
But it was prior to, was that after
it
the,
was
you know,
after,
who?
it was after that one. Yeah, it was after the movie.
But prior to Dolph.
No, right.
Okay. We have a photograph that is before you, previously been shown to defense counsel. Do you recognize the contents of that photograph?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is that photograph?
This the photograph of us in front of the house where y'all found the car is shooting a rap video.
And who's all in that video?
Justin, I don't know the other two guys. Hernandez Govan. I'm standing right behind Hernandez Govan with a mask on my face.
Your Honor, if we could have that photograph and then it's evidence, that's the next number.
So this is a photograph with 5 individuals in the picture. Mr. Govan with the cap on. The witness described himself standing behind Govan with a mask on. An individual with a red cap on. Is this Justin Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
Justin Johnson in the picture with the baseball cap on, holding a stack of money. We'll mark this as exhibit 5 to this hearing.
Can we just ask when that supposedly was? I think you may have
He's
said.
already said he did.
So he doesn't know this one?
Hold on. Let's mark this and then you can ask your question before. You want to ask questions?
I ask you again, do you recall when this was taken? Or the video, excuse me, the photograph that you were just looking at, not this one, but the one you just handed to.
That was the video. I don't know what month it was. I don't know like exact time it was, but I know it was sometime.
It was
after the paper I movie. That's all I can say about it.
No.
Your Honor, who published the picture?
Yes.
Could you describe for the jury what we're looking at here?
There's the video shoot of us at the house across the street from Quick House, across the street from Hernandez Govan house.
Who is this individual?
I don't know him.
Who is this?
That's Justin Johnson.
Who is this individual?
I don't know who that is.
Who is this?
That's Hernandez Govan.
And who is this individual?
That's me right there.
Why did you have a mask on?
Cause I wasn't part of their little crew, and you know I ain't want to bring no little beef upon myself. He asked me to be quick, and then they go there and asked me to be in the video. That's why I'm standing like right behind him, cause I ain't know none of them other guys.
So we're gonna, I know I'm doing some time warping. So this was summertime, we're gonna go back to November, at this point, November 17th, right? What was going on that morning? What do you recall about that morning? November 17th, 2021.
Well, it was actually my daughter's birthday. I woke up, I had a missed call from Justin Johnson. So, I don't know if I called him back or he called me back, but somehow he got on the phone. We was on the phone, and he was telling me that he was finna pull up on me.
And did you plan to meet him that day?
Yeah, we had been out the day before, you know, on the turkey drive or whatnot. That's when they told us Dolph was at the gas station, but we were gone. So the next day we knew another turkey drive. So we were gonna get up that day and, you know, try to get to that turkey drive.
So this was this a Wednesday, would you say? If you recall?
I can't recall.
It was a November
17th,
17th.
my daughter's birthday.
All right, so how long from when you received a call from Justin to when he came to get you?
He was close by, so it was like a couple minutes. 'Cause he was close by. It wasn't long. He was close by.
And I don't know if I asked you before, but how far from Mr. Govan's house to your house? How was that far?
Nah, it wasn't far. A couple minutes. It wasn't far.
So he wasn't far because he came pretty quickly once
Yeah,
he
he
was on.
came fast.
Okay, and when he arrived, what type of vehicle was he?
He was in a white Mercedes Benz.
Had you ever seen him in that white Mercedes
Nah, I ain't never seen that car before.
What car would you normally see him
In an SUV, like a white truck or something.
in? And did you ask him why he had this?
I ain't asked no questions. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't asked no questions. I just jumped on in there because I knew we was on a mission.
At this point, had your mission changed to Dolph knowing that he was in town?
Yeah, anybody. At this point, anybody, like in paper route, anybody.
So he picks you up,
He picked me up.
and where did he pick you up from?
He picked me up from my pop's house. Once he picked me up, we went back to right in front of Govan, Hernandez Govan house
Okay, is that on Bradley Street?
on Bradley Street. Yes, ma'am.
And when you went back to Govan's house on Bradley Street, what did you do then?
He jumped out the car and jumped and grabbed somebody in his suburban
Could I
truck.
ask, we identify who the he's are? It's getting very confusing with the hearsay.
I think Ms. Taylor was going to do it. She's been doing a pretty good job at it.
There are a lot of theys and he's, and it's very confusing.
That's why I asked. So the he that jumped out the car, who was the he?
Justin Johnson jumped out the car and he jumped out the white Mercedes Benz and grabbed something out of his SUV that he had parked by across the street from where his house is, right?
Okay. And I didn't ask you, where is this house?
Across the street from Hernandez Govan. Hernandez Govan house, where we'll park it or hang out at. We'll park in front of his house and go to his house, hang out. Go to
Okay, hold on.
Hernandez Govan
You go
house.
to he, all right. You
Go to
park in
Hernandez.
front of Govan's house.
We park at their house and to go over Mr. Hernandez Govan house and hang out.
All right. All right, so Justin got out of the car. opened the door or something to the SUV, got something out.
Right.
Did he get back in?
Yes, ma'am. He got back in and we took off.
Okay, do you know what he got out of the car?
No, ma'am. I can't remember.
All right. You previously mentioned that you all were kind of on a hunt.
Right.
When you go hunting, you have guns.
Right.
Did you have a gun?
Justin Johnson already had the guns in the car. Prior to me getting in, they was already in the car.
Did you all have masks?
Yes, ma'am. I had my own mask, my own gloves, and Justin Johnson had his own mask and gloves.
At some point, did you put these masks and gloves on?
Yes, ma'am. Once Justin grabbed something out of the white SUV, we proceeded on heading towards Westwood area. And as we got to Lamar Airways at the light, young Dolph come driving by. They come driving across the light. And we spotted the car. We were like, there they go. And we proceeded to trail them.
Trail.
Young Dolph.
And what did you do then? Oh, let me ask you, did you make any phone calls then?
I didn't make any phone calls at the time. I didn't.
Did Justin make any phone calls once you all spotted that dog?
No, ma'am. I don't recall.
Okay. All right. Spot dog, what did you all do then?
We proceeded to follow them. We followed them. They pulled inside the store. We made the block. And when we made the loop, I jumped out. I spotted Dolph inside the store at first. I jumped out. Just proceeded to shoot inside the restaurant.
What are we looking at here?
It's the Makita's Cookie Show shop where young Dolph and them pull it in.
Is that the vehicle that you saw previously?
Yes, ma'am.
And where were you all?
By the time we had already, like we was at the light, we had went down to the light to make the block.
You gesturing this way, so you're the light coming this way?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you see when he got out, when Dolph got out of the car?
No, ma'am.
You see a vehicle coming to the frame. What are we looking at here?
That's the white Mercedes-Benz we was in.
And were you the passenger or were you the driver?
I was the passenger.
This individual.
That's me. That's me.
And is this the gun that Justin had already in the car when you got it?
Yes, ma'am.
While we're waiting on that, you see another individual that came to the frame. Who is that individual?
That came into the frame.
that was on the video? We saw you get out, get gun. Who else was get out of the car?
Oh, that was just a jump.
What were you all planning to do that day?
Well, once we saw young Dolph, we planned to go and kill him. Go and take him out.
Well, how far from when you saw Dolph on, was it Airways?
Yes, ma'am.
How far from when you saw, how long did it take from once you saw Dolph on Airways to once you actually got out the car and started shooting?
Couple minutes. It wasn't even a good 10 minutes. It wasn't 5. It probably about 5 at the most. Red lights.
Okay. We'll go back to the videos once technical gets it, maybe. So in the 5 minutes or so from when you all spotted Dolph's vehicle to when you all started shooting, what did you and Justin say to each other?
We didn't say nothing. It was just like, once we saw him, we didn't say nothing. We knew it was go time. It was just, I knew it was go time. Like, might as well go on get it over with now. That's why I jumped out.
Did you have a phone on you on that day?
Yes, man. I had put my phone in the glove compartment of the car.
And why did you do that?
So I wouldn't drop it when I jump out the car or nothing like that.
So did you put it in the glove compartment when you first got in the car or after you saw Dolph?
When I first got in the car, I put it in the glove compartment.
Let me ask you, the location that you all were at, that you shot at Dolph, was that location here in Shelby County?
Yes, ma'am.
You get down with this video.
You guys working again, Miss Williams?
Yes, sir.
This individual,
It's me.
okay, play. We could advance the that you all pulling off in the white Jeep.
Yes, ma'am.
We see someone in the frame in the shot coming out and shooting as well.
Yes, ma'am. He had shot back at us, and I actually got hit twice.
And where did you get hit?
Got hit in my arm
on my leave.
Did Justin sustain any injuries?
He got a scrape on his back.
All right. After you leave there, hold on, we have another video I'd like to show you, previously been marked as part of Exhibit 3. The videos are working with us today. Is this the cookie shop that you referred to?
Yes, ma'am.
And could you see who was inside of the cookie store from once you got out of the car?
Oh, once we pulled in, that's when I saw young Dolph like close to the glass, like he gonna bag up. That's when I saw where he was at, like location in the store, where his location was inside the store.
Was this the person to which you're referring?
Yes, ma'am.
Was that you?
Yes, man, that was me that ran up, shooting inside the store.
After the shooting happened, you're shot. Could you show the jury where you're shot at?
Got hit in my arm, right here. Now it hit in my leg, right here, scraped on my
We're
leg.
not gonna ask you to show them
Yeah,
that. What did you all do once you were there?
Once we left the cookie shop, I was telling Justin I was hit. And he like, I'm hit too. He was driving, Justin was driving at the time, so I was asking him, is he okay, so we won't crash or anything, run into nothing. We went back to the house in front of Mr. Hernandez Govan house, and I jumped out the Mercedes-Benz and jumped into a Suburban truck and moved on out the way. Mr. Justin parked.
Let me stop you for a minute. When you all were planning to get hits on any of the PRA artists, and then even once you saw Dolph, did you have a plan as to what you were going to do after?
Not necessarily. We was going back because we didn't know we were gonna get shot. Ain't nobody know we were gonna get shot.
You didn't plan on getting shot.
No ma'am. That wasn't part of the plan.
Had you not got shot, was there a plan in place?
We probably would have just took the car back, jumped in another car, went and burnt the car up, something like that. But we both got shot or whatever, and I was bleeding tremendously bad. We took the car back in front of Mr. Hernandez Govan, across the street from Mr. Hernandez Govan house, and we jumped in the truck. We were trying to get cleaned up, so we were trying to find somewhere for us to go.
Who was he?
Justin.
Okay, Justin was trying
To find somewhere for us to go. And in the meantime, he had FaceTime Big Juke, let him know that, you know, that was like I work.
Y'all want your money then, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And let me ask, did he promise to give you your money that day?
He told us he'd get with us when he got done with his kids or whatever, or when he got up, one or the other.
But you didn't have Juke's number,
No, ma'am.
so he couldn't get with you directly.
No, ma'am. He couldn't get with me directly.
So how would he have been able to get with you?
I would have had to go through Mr. Hernandez, Govan, or Justin trying to get with me.
All right, so no plan as to what y'all were gonna do after whoever y'all hit that day. But you happen to hit Dolph.
Yes, ma'am.
Hit Dolph. You go back where? You go to the
We go across the street from Mr. Hernandez, Govan house. We swap vehicles. And now that's when I had went too fast. This when Justin was trying to find somewhere for us to go. But he had FaceTime Juke first, and then let him know he was spelling out Dolph. And then
when you said he was spelling out Dolph,
like
was he going
jailhouse,
to
D-L, you know, jailhouse spit.
in American Sign Language he was doing Dolph?
Nah, it different. It different.
Okay, some more. Okay, some
But
more.
he was telling them that was our work basically pretty much. And he like he'd get with us when he got up. And then he was trying to find somewhere for us to go so we could clean up or whatever, because I was bleeding extremely bad. Like I was really bleeding. And he had found somewhere for us to go. And that was in the 2-line apartment. We went there to clean up or whatnot. And we had called Mr. Hernandez Govan, because I had left my phone in the car too. And he was like, man, y'all, like, you know, y'all saw in the video, dude came back out shooting. So the glass was shattered. So when we got out, when I got out the car in front of the house, the glass had shattered on the floor. So he was like, man, y'all got shit everywhere, basically. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got all these
Hold on, Govan was saying it
to us. Yeah, we had the glass and shit in the street.
so
you know
he
what
knew
I'm
it
saying?
was y'all.
Yeah, he knew it was us. He knew it was us. So I was like, man, get my phone out the car. I like, get my phone. I left my phone in the car too. Get my phone out the car. He like, all right, meet me where I get my car wash shit. So I like, all right, bet, say no more. So we had cleaned up in Whitehaven. Once we cleaned up in Whitehaven, I had called my girl.
Hold on. You called your girl, but the apartments, you said they were 2-lane. Are they known by any other name?
Yo, I know him by 2-line.
It's been 2-lane. 2-lane
Yeah,
apartments.
because I'm 2-line.
Where were they at?
In Whitehaven, out Sherwood Drive,
In
in
2-lane?
2-lane street.
You previously looked at video. We are fingers crossed that videos are going to work this time. You previously looked at videos regarding it would be the Gospel Garden apartment. Would that be correct? Is this correct?
I guess the name, but I don't just know the name. I remember by 2-line.
Okay, but it's video of you arriving
Yes, ma'am.
and video of you leaving.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, if I could pass forward. What do you hold it?
Oh, it's the clip that you had shot when the video of us leaving the park.
And how do you know that that's the clip?
Because I had an initiative after I watched it.
All right. Your Honor, if we could have that and then it's evidence as the next number.
Okay.
This is a brown envelope which contains the zip drive. The envelope is marked video clips from Haven Court arriving and leaving. We'll mark this as exhibit 6.
Now, I'm going to ask for permission to publish with fingers crossed that it actually published exhibit 6. Now, I'm going to ask for permission to publish with fingers crossed that it actually published. Is this where you all went to?
Yes, ma'am.
Live breaking news. Live breaking news. Live breaking news. Live breaking news. Hernandez Govan has been found not guilty of charges, all charges related to young Dolph. Once again, breaking news. Hernandez Govan has been found not guilty. Wow. 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 About to break it to you right now. Hold on.
There you see Hernandez Govan's reaction, but now let's get some reaction from his attorney who's speaking right now. Let's go to that live.
I'm always on edge because there's cases I thought I would have won easily, and the jury just gets swayed by the publicity and the media. It's been so one-sided, calling him a mastermind. The press has been going crazy because only the DA talks, and that's the problem with our system. Is because they make such a good first impression, saying everybody's guilty, that it's hard to get a fair trial. But thank God, jurors they took hundreds of pages of notes, and it didn't take them 2 hours to figure out this was all garbage.
Virtually echoed everything he said in closing, and they were very critical that anyone could be locked up that long and didn't have the resources to defend themselves. The jurors said that. They echoed that, and he said, "I am offended. I'm offended by this." And he said, and he was disappointed in Mulroy. Well, that's your elected official. That's my elected official because I live here. You just go and do something. They would call that testimony against with Jesse Browning as a joke. Why?
Because it was. Half the stuff was just made up within a couple of days of this stuff, and they gave us this mystical receipt that's never been in any of the police reports. The jurors didn't buy it for a second. The lead investigator, Dabney, was incredibly honest when he said these are the mistakes that we made. And then you call up somebody that's willing to do or say anything to clean up the case to get a conviction. You saw how they shaded off the phone records. Where are the text messages? Where's any of that from Justin Johnson to our client saying we're going to do something? I presented hundreds of text messages where he's threatening people or trying to go shoot people with others. Govan was never in on any of it. The fact that you're still asking me these questions, I find offensive because it didn't happen. You would never take anything you heard in that courtroom for any decision you would make in your life that has any significance. You would laugh at me if I said, believe those guys. So let's just keep it real. This is all garbage, and I'm grateful that he's out, and I'm sorry in the world that he had to do 9 months in prison. And I'm just grateful his fiance called me, and we have the resources to help poor people.
You were very passionate in your closing arguments about, about Govan being just a man from Orange Mount up against the system. Kind of talk about where that passion came from.
When I go to 201 and look at the people that are in there, I know a lot of people do wrong, and I understand that, and I don't want violence in the streets because I live, in towns as well. But it's just so wrong. If I can see it, there's no way a jury couldn't see it, and that's why it took 2 hours to figure that out. I mean, obviously, it would have probably been quicker to go through the evidence and do their job. But the fact that anybody in the press would say, "Oh, it was this or it was that," it was clearly flagrant, and I wish we'd be reported as this is what justice is in Memphis. So if you're black and poor, you got a problem.
So this was
Mr. Govan, how do you feel?
Mr. Rohr, this is pro bono. I was unclear. Oh, it was.
To finally have this stress taken off your shoulders? Yeah, like that. What's the first thing you plan to do? Hug my son.
Mr. Govan, you haven't smiled all this week, but obviously you have a lot to smile about. Just tell me just about what you're feeling in right now.
Like I said, it's kind of hard to explain the feeling of getting your life back just from 12 people. So I'm just blessed, and I'm just ready to go see my son.
What was going through your head when you were waiting for the verdict this morning?
Nervousness, of course, it's natural. Team around me that was very confident and supportive. So without
Leanne, just everybody that played a part. You heard your attorney say if you're black and poor in Memphis, this is what happens. What would be your words of advice? Leave Memphis. Do you plan to leave Memphis, sir? Of course.
Was there any point throughout the week where you're like, you know what, I'm still nervous, prior to the verdict? Was there any point where it's like, I don't know which way it's gonna go?
I've been nervous for 4 years.
How does it feel to be at the end of this 4-year journey that you've been on?
Feels great. I just feel like I've been born again. Get a chance to restart my life and do some positive things.
Do you think that this verdict will change how the court system is working here in Memphis?
As corrupt this system is, I doubt it.
Sir, or do you think this verdict will change anything with the court system here in Memphis?
I'm not here from Memphis, but if this is a microcosm of what's going on, then we should all worry. These things and figuring out why so many people go to jail, keep them in line, force them into pleas and things of that nature. Why investigations are always there. I believe my office has the resources to help these types of people and spend the money to do it. I can only imagine how hard it is for public defenders with their cases or other appointed lawyers that couldn't do this, and how many people shouldn't be in prison.
December is not the reason. Obviously, you told about your client not to take that plea.
That's always his decision. I don't advise him to do anything. They always say, "What would I do?" Like, I'm not serving the time, so I can't go through that stress. You can't duplicate that. I mean, I love the man. I believed in him. That's why I took the case. We fought like hell for it. I'm grateful that the staff stayed with me. I yelled at them a lot this week. Put a lot of pressure on them. We worked long nights for the last few months. We filed 2 dozen motions, most of which were granted, which never happens. But it was so obvious we were right, and yet still we have a case. The government just can't ever admit that maybe there isn't anything here. They just prosecute, 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 and then blame the jury if it doesn't go your way.
Breaking news: Hernandez Govan has been found not guilty. The 4-year case is over. And that's a big L for PRE. It's a big loss for PRE. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, big loss. So if Govan is broke and poor, how is he gonna move? Who helping him? Because we do know if Govan does leave, he's probably going to Houston. He might not be welcome there, but I know he ain't going to Atlanta. No, he ain't going to Florida. I don't know where Hernandez Govan gonna go. PRE is gonna be on his neck. He gotta leave Memphis. Can't stay in Memphis. Nah, nah, nah. And he know that. He know that. PRE want you out. They probably glad. They probably glad you was found not guilty, so they can get their justice their way. Hernandez Govan has been found not guilty. Breaking news. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. Hernandez Govan not guilty. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Hernandez Govan. Eat him. shocker. Hernandez Govan. He's found not guilty. By what? Get that we can find.
My name is Dr. Juliet Scantlebury, Juliette, Scantlebury, Scantlebury.
And where are you employed?
At University of Tennessee, at a West Tennessee Regional Forensic Center.
And what's your position?
I'm an assistant medical examiner,
How long have you been in that position?
6 years.
And what does your job consist of?
My job consists of performing medical legal autopsies to determine cause and manner of death in certain cases in this jurisdiction.
So I want to talk a little bit about your background. Could you tell the jury about your education?
Yes. So I completed a Bachelor of Science in Biology at Howard University. Then I completed my medical degree at Howard University College of Medicine. My anatomy.
Yeah. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. Hernandez Govan has been found not guilty. I'm about to run it back with another live. So make sure y'all tap in. Like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. You know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Hernandez Govan has been found not guilty. I'm out.